we're going to do some homemade coconut milk, and here we go. Well, first we'll need 2 coconuts, at least 2 coconuts, and this is what the dried coconuts look like. Many of you have seen the regular, the green coconuts with the people drinking it out of a straw and all that stuff, but these are the dried coconuts. And the meat in here, this is what we're going to use to make the milk. There is some liquid in here which I will also include in the milk, because it's in here keeping the meat moist and soft. So why not include it in the making of the milk? So we have 2 coconuts. We're going to go ahead, we're going to crack these open, get the meat out, and go from there. Okay, so here we are, guys, the coconut, and you have to get a very strong, either a machete or maybe a hammer or something, so that you can crack this shell open. This is a very hard shell, and I usually use the back of my my chopper here, and you give it a few hard hits, and you see it's going to crack open. But I crack it over a bowl, so I can get that. That's the liquid that's in the coconut. That's keeping the meat moist and everything. And we open it, and here we go. So then there's a process of getting this meat away from the shell, which I'll show you. Let's do our second and get the liquid out. Hey, there we go. And there we go. We're going to get the meat away from the shell so that we can use that. And this liquid that's here, it's very tasty. It tastes pretty good. You can either drink it, yeah, and it is sweet. It's a little sweet, yeah. It has a pretty good taste. So I saved this. I'll strain it just to make sure those little furs don't get into the milk. I'll strain it and then add this as my water that I need to make the coconut milk. Okay, so I'll go ahead and crack these a little more and show you how I get the meat out of the shell. So we'll just crack these a little further to get the shell off. I know it may seem like a lot of work to some people, but the end result is awesome. Your natural coconut milk. So here we go. We have most of it's cracked pretty small, and some of the meat has just come out by itself. But in order to get the rest of the meat out, just get a little paring knife and get it in between there and rise it up. In the larger shells, you may have to do a little bit of work. Right? You just make a pear, just slide the knife through there, cut it, and then put the knife under it, get it under there, and rise it up. It's pretty easy to get it out of the shell once you've cracked the shell. Once you've cracked the shell. So we'll do this. And here we go. We'll just get the knife, pare the knife onto there. Get the knife onto there. And get it out, get the meat away from the shell. paring knife under there and get the meat away from the shell. Comes out pretty easy. There you go. And don't worry about this brown stuff that's on there. It's going to be blended. It's going to blend, and everything is going to blend in, and your milk is going to still be milky white. Okay, so don't worry about that. So here you go. Let's get this under here. Get that out of there. Okay. Awesome. This, you might have to cut it a little. Just run the knife through it. Getting on the sides here. There you go. So in my blender here, I will put at least half of my, because I probably have to do it in batches. Might be too much for one batch, plus water. And we'll be using like 6 cups of water. So I'll do like 3 cups of water in this one. Yeah, I'll just do like maybe 3 cups of water. I'll do, this is the water that came out of the coconut. That's like 1.5 cups, so we'll use that. And I recommend using bottled water. Now we're gonna blend this together until it gets thick, or maybe for like 3 or 4 minutes, or until it gets really thick. And if we see if we have to add any more water to it. And here we go. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to take it off after a while. Yes guys, so now I've blended this for 3 minutes, and I just will pour it off and see what it looks like, and then we can go from there. You put it on the strainer first, strain off the husk, the coconut, the meat of the coconut. So you have to see, you have to let it drain, and let it drain here as much as possible, and see how much of that milk you can get out of there. Move it around with a spatula. So you can do this, you can gently squeeze towards the sides to make sure you get all the liquid out, because you're going to use a cheesecloth after to get whatever's left, whatever husk is left in there. You're going to use a cheesecloth to get that out. So we'll just put this, because this is not done yet. We can always do another blending with water and get more milk out of it, because this is not all the milk that's in here. So we save this coconut, this grounded blended coconut meat here. You'll save that. And this is the amount of milk that you got out of the first set. And it's nice and thick, rich. So let's put this aside. And then there's a second batch of coconut that we need to do. So we'll put these in here. Get it all in there. Get some water. And we'll cover this. This is all natural. All natural. All natural. It's okay, so, and then we'll just let this rip for another. Okay, we've done our second batch. Let me strain this out. So let this drain. Get your spatula. Get as much of that milk out of your spots. Okay, so this could be considered your first press, so to speak, and you got quite a bit. So what we'll do from here, we'll use a cheesecloth to get whatever other meats or the little grains might have escaped from the sieve. So we're going to do that, get a cheesecloth, and return. So I found even a better deal here. My coffee strainer. It's really thin. It's going to get everything. It's going to catch all those residues from the milk. So we'll just let this drain until it's all drained out. All the liquid is drained out. Then we'll get that residue out of there, and the milk is going to be as pure as possible. And then you can either drink this. We're going to cook some cook up rice with this in another video. So we're going to be saving this. I'll use it for various other recipes. Okay guys, I've got like 2 quarts of coconut milk here, nice and thick and organic. You can drink it, you can cook with it. It's very, very good for you. So I hope you guys would try this recipe. Make your own coconut milk. It stays in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days, or maybe 5 days. You can freeze it. Use it right away, or just chill with coconut milk. Fix it with recipes. I'm going to be doing a recipe, maybe tomorrow, that needs coconut milk, and that's why I've been doing this. I did my own coconut milk for that cook-up recipe. It's awesome. If you like this recipe, give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And happy coconut. It's good for you.